Hello, bitches. Wow.
Sorry,
what a way to wake up. Are you woken up?
Sorry.
R.I.P. headphone users. First off, we're going to take some roll call really quick before we begin the episode. What we got?
My name is Gina, and we're going to be talking about ginas.
My name is Nikki. We're going to be talking about birth control.
My name is Tiff, and I'm just here.
My name is Bose, and I just got Invisalign.
Bose is really self-conscious about her list because of the Invisalign.
But nobody else can really. Okay, that time. That was me. That was
putting on a character.
It's not that bad, but like sometimes I can hear it.
This Invisalign character is evolving over each episode.
Doing a lot work.
There's nerd fetishes that would probably love this.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Talk
like
code to me, girl.
More
Talk
people
code.
relate to you. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about birth control, which has been a topic that was heavily requested in the comment section, and also hormones and overall female reproductive health. Mm-hmm. That sounds so textbook and so like anatomy. We're going to be talking about female reproductive health.
We are not scientists.
No,
by any
we're not.
We're going to teach you. We're going to teach you how to take care of your pussy.
We're not experts at this topic.
We're not experts, but we have vaginas, and we'd like to tell you about.
Our experiences having vaginas.
Okay, I accidentally just licked the microphone. I'm so upset.
Wow, Bose, you're turning people on.
These are new.
All right, turning so many people on. Okay, so when it comes to birth control, I was surprised to learn that not every state even allows that to be taught in school. Like,
wow,
the options are abstinence or you're having sex for procreation.
Really? Is it like a red state, blue state?
I think so. Maybe. I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't really know the exact reasons, but I know state votes on it, and then a lot of
Did you
states
learn about it,
dude?
Rose?
No, but I'm also just thinking about how many guys listen to our podcast and about how like their girlfriend might be about to get birth control, and he's like, a lot of states don't educate. and he's like throwing out opinions and like how to educate herself on her own birth.
Hot.
That'd be hot, right?
Yeah.
If a guy like cared about what birth control I was taking and was asking me questions rather than can I come in it, like I would be so
Can I come in it?
He brings you pamphlets and shit from Planned Parenthood. That's dope.
I get like, I care about you, babe. And I'm like, I get confused because your guy sex voice is the same as your sex voice. Like, you're not coming it? No, you can't come in it. I ain't take my pill today.
Randy Savage fucking himself
down a notch. So yeah, even in like California, they do teach birth control in health class, but they just tell you what kinds there are. I feel like they didn't really.
Oh,
at
they
least
didn't
in
go
my
into
school.
depth, yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you like what happens from it, how it messes with your hormones, all this.
Did you guys ever put the condom on the banana?
No.
We did not.
No?
I did watch a video of someone.
I didn't either. I was curious.
Banana. I feel like that they showed it in shows a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is that really a
In
thing?
Disney shows.
I
I guess I did. They did have a condom, and they did show us like the proper way to roll it out to like have it be the right way, and also to leave enough room in the tip so that like when the guy comes, it doesn't break the condom.
Yeah.
But that's it. You gotta have it like a sombrero.
It's
Roll it
interesting.
down.
I think that might have been taught like maybe like 80s, 90s, 70s, who knows, whatever. But I think the issue there was not that the teenagers didn't know how to put them on. It was the teenagers, they were not wearing them.
The teenager.
I just saw Gio's face. You think I won't take my Invisalign out?
I'm getting it soon. I need someone with me.
No,
I just imagine that instead of pulling off your earrings and popping off her earrings when she fights, she's like, come out, bitch, I'll fuck you. She pops out her Invisalign. I'd be terrified
She
of
actually
that.
has a list before she gets in the
Yeah?
fight, and then she starts speaking clearly.
well, guess who's only wearing their lowers now?
Oh,
me.
shit. Oh, we're gonna make Bose have crooked teeth now. Damn it.
No,
You
made
don't do that.
You made me take my teeth out.
I hate this episode.
This is birth control.
We need birth control.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so when all of us here have been on birth control, when did you first start taking it, and what did you start taking?
My first birth control, I started taking it when I was a virgin. I didn't even have sex yet because I was trying to be extra careful, which is very ironic because I ended up getting pregnant at 17, but it wasn't an accident.
But it was planned.
It was a planned pregnancy.
A lot of people don't know
sounds
that.
crazy when you're 17. What are you thinking? But
No, you're just Mexican, and they're like they just ignore birth control altogether, even if you take it. Your insides are like, nah.
Yeah, the ovaries are
much.
like, no, we're having babies.
Yeah, we're having babies. Come on.
No, but you know what? My first birth control method was using the patch.
I tried
that's what I
that.
Tried that
used.
too.
Yeah.
And so I loved it because you just had to wear it on just once a month. I think I forgot, it was a long time ago, but I was like 15 when I had it, and then I stopped taking that or using it because there were these infomercials at the time that they were like, "Have you been a victim of the Ortho-Ever patch? Make sure to call 1-800 whatever." And I'm like, people are getting sick from this. Like, there's something wrong with these things. And because of those infomercials, I stopped using it. And then I went to my doctor to try to get those pills.
So how old were you?
I was 16,
So you went to a doctor though.
15, 16. Yeah,
And-
to one of those free clinics.
Okay,
yeah,
that's really
good.
smart.
I
Because,
love them.
So if you're out there listening and maybe you're younger and you're thinking about going on birth control, definitely talk to a doctor or like go set up an appointment with a gynecologist to get birth control.
Is there a way you can get birth control without
Planned
it?
Parenthood, which they have people there that are allowed to give you birth control, but I felt like the way I got it, I was trying to not let my parents know that I wanted to have sex, and I didn't want them to know I was taking birth control. And so that's what it's there for, is so everyone can be protected, even if you're too scared to tell your parents.
Yeah.
But I feel like the dose they put me on, because they didn't measure anything, I had no prior experience, it was way too high hormonally for me. And I ended up going crazy and trying to crash my car into a tree.
Oh my goodness.
But that's a whole different
I like how she just sprinkles that on top and
about
just like
symptoms.
walks away from
in a
it.
second.
But that story's to come.
Yeah. It did make my boobs really big.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay, that was worth it.
It was so sensitive.
So crazy,
Yeah, like I
big
went up
boob
to a
bitch.
size from a B to a D, and
Damn.
but they were so sensitive that you couldn't touch them. So my boyfriend would like try to touch them. I'd be like, "No, don't touch me."
Oh, dude, no,
Yeah.
see, that's like, it worked all to plan. They gave you size D, and then if you crash your car, you already have airbags. They knew what they were doing.
It all works
They
out.
planned it. It's planned. How about you, Bose?
I did not start taking birth control until I was 26, maybe. When I was a lot younger, and like for anyone that has like really bad acne or cystic acne, I've had cystic acne since I was like 13, and I still have a lisp. I went to the doctor, and my doctor was like, "Oh, we need to put on birth control, like to help with the acne." And my mom was so afraid of me having sex that she did not put me on the birth control. And you know, here I am 10 years later. I have like really, you guys are gonna say, "Oh, it's not that bad," but I have acne scarring on my face from cystic acne, and I wish that I had cleared this up years earlier. So that's just kind of like my own personal message for like moms when, you know, that comes up for your child, or for anyone else that's, you know, that age that is suffering from that. I had cystic acne right up until 26 when I got on birth control.
Yeah.
I got on birth control and it cleared my face up. Like, do you see this? No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, people don't
Nothing.
realize that birth control isn't just for
just to
sex.
not have babies.
Yeah, not have
Yeah.
babies. It actually does shit for you. It balances your body out a lot of times.
And your mood. I don't know if it was this way for, I mean, Nikki, you said that it kind of made you a little more loopy, but like for me personally, it started to level out my mood.
Because you got on the right one.
Yeah.
So when I got on the right one, it totally leveled my mood. I didn't have any cravings. My breasts weren't tender
Did you
anymore.
figure out what was the right
Because
one?
I called my mom crying when I was about to crash my car into a tree, and then I confessed to her that I had been taking birth control, and that was the only thing different. Because I felt crazy.
How long were you on that?
Probably like 3 months or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer, but like 4 months. And she made an appointment with a gynecologist and took me to a doctor to get it switched. And the new one that they put me on was a much lower dose of some hormone. I can't even remember what the one was, but same thing, Bose. I had cystic acne and it went away. I didn't even relate it to the birth control. I just thought I grew out of that phase until I got off birth control when I was 29, and it all came back.
Really?
And I was like, what? I thought it just went away with age, but no, it was totally the hormones that did that.
Wow. That's crazy.
But Gina, when did you go on birth control?
I just heard
do you
Bose
guys-
popping
yeah.
her retainer.
Okay, I put it back in. I have to adjust it.
Oh God, I don't remember. I think I started going on it when I was about 18, and the first time I ever went on it, I went to Planned Parenthood. Honestly, shout out to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Seriously, like as a young broke teenager, Planned Parenthood fucking saved my life.
And they give you free condoms?
Free condoms, like everything that you need. But I got on the pill, like just a regular pill, and it worked fine for me. But the thing is, I'm fucking stupid, and I forget my pill all the time, and I can't risk that anymore.
Yeah.
So then I hopped on to on the pill. I actually didn't have any side effects at all. So I kind of like, now I know that works for me. And then I went to the patch, but the thing was I was modeling at the time, and the patch is sticky. So like the lint, there's like a black lint square that gets caught. Yeah. So it kept on popping off during my shoots, and then leave like this gross black lint square. So I couldn't do that anymore. And then as of recently, I was actually for 3 years, there's an arm implant. So there's a birth control that they implant into your arm, and it's like the size of, for all my ravers out there, do you guys remember the tiny glow sticks that you used to put in your mouth?
Oh yeah.
When you would go to parties and not do drugs. So it's that small, and they would implant it into your arm. But I got fucked. Like, dude, so that thing lasts.
Well, that's what birth control is for.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So for 3 years, I had it in, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, it's just in, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to forget about whatever. It's fine. And then I didn't realize this. I was starting to gain weight.
Yeah.
And I for some reason, I didn't realize it was my birth control. For 3 years, I gained like 20 pounds.
Wait, with the birth control in?
10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, like for some reason I never associated it. I was like, oh, maybe it's just because I'm eating bad or like whatever. But after a while, I was like, I started thinking about it. I was like, oh shit, it's my birth control. And so at this point right now, so I got it out recently, and I'm at the heaviest I've ever been. Like, I'm still trying to lose that weight. I'm down 10 so far.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. I realized like, oh shit, that's right. Birth control makes you gain weight, because I never experienced that with.
I was the opposite though.
I was the opposite too.
Really? When we got off birth control is when
I'm the heaviest I've ever been.
Yeah,
right
I got the
without being pregnant.
I ever got. I just went down 15 pounds, but when I realized it was because of that. But
that's crazy.
I was taking care of myself improperly. And speaking of care of, we have a sponsor.
Nice.
Shout out to Care ofs for sponsoring this episode.
Yay, thanks.
Okay, so you guys know that I'm unhealthy. I never drink water. I don't ever do shit for my health.
As we're talking about gaining weight.
So Care of is basically a vitamin packet and supplement packet that you can get after taking a quiz on their website, and it's really cute. Like, it's a really cute little quiz where you can talk about, or you can answer questions about what you want to take care of. So like your hair, your sleep schedule, your immunity and stuff like that. And you take a little, like just a little survey, and they put together a packet of vitamins for you that you take every day, and it's in like a cute little package that you take out every day. And on the little package there's like little questions like, how's your day today, or what if you had like a
random fact.
Yeah, like a random fact and stuff like that.
Or mine says like, good morning, Bose.
It's all flirting with you.
But it's really easy and convenient. It's a daily vitamin supplement packs. It's customized for you. And my favorite part about it is that the packaging is what is it like?
The green, like it's
it's
eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly. There you go.
Yeah, compostable.
Compostable. We just made up a word. I think I don't know. I think it is.
It's a real word.
Is it? Yeah.
It really
Asshole.
is.
Oh,
yeah, in the
really?
real world.
I've never.
It's a
Okay.
real thing.
I'm dumb.
Use these packets in your soil, and like it'll give nutrients to your plants and stuff.
Damn it. And the fun thing I learned about it, that it makes your pee bright yellow. Anyhow, for 25% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter BTCH ! Once again, for 25 off, go to
No exclamation point.
minus exclamation point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dumb. It's just right there. Like, you can't put it there, man. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Sorry. For 25% off your first.
Throw George under the bus.
I don't know. I have no control. You tell me what to do on a paper, I'm gonna fucking do it, dude. You can tell me to punch myself in the face right now. For
That is a character in a, like a promo code, like an exclamation point.
So for 25% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and put in the code BTCH to get yourself healthy.
Once again, that's 25% off your first Care of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter code BTCH.
25%.
I already have superpowers from it. I'm just letting you guys know.
Nice. I can see.
Yeah, you're awake.
You're actually here.
Wow.
You're here before noon.
Thank you,
Nice.
Gina. Thank you, Care of.
Thank you, Care of.
All right, back to birth control. So Tiff and I had the opposite experience of gaining weight after we got off of it. Did you ever like associate? Because I didn't even associate it with birth control for a while.
Yeah, neither did I. No, but because I did want to mention, because you were saying that you were on the pills and that worked for you, the pills. When I got off the patch, I ended up going back to the clinic and taking the pills because I got scared of that infomercial. And then I realized that the pills that the doctor gave me, it gave me my period twice in 1 month.
Oh.
I was like, why would anyone want this?
Yeah.
So I stopped taking them. And when I was in between birth control, that's when, Isaac's dad was like, hey, how about we have a baby? And I'm like, all right. And then that's when I got pregnant. It was because I was in between birth control as well. But
your ovaries really capitalized on that short time.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, the whole weight gain thing, so after having Isaac, I ended up using the Mirena, the IUD, and it's a 5-year. It's shaped like a T, and it goes into like your cervix of your uterus, and it releases hormones. And it kind of, the way they explained it to me, and I don't know if this is still correct, but they said that it kind of tricks your body into thinking you have the same hormones as when you're pregnant, so you don't necessarily have periods anymore. And that actually affected my mood a lot. I was on that for 10 years. So I had 2 IUDs because I would change them. And that made me feel really, like, I was really irritable, like extra irritable than I think I really am. But that was like such a huge chunk of my life that I ended up thinking like, am I just an irritable bitch?
Yeah.
Like, is this really just me? But after taking it out, like, I don't feel as irritable anymore. I have now had a regular appetite because I think it was affecting my appetite as well because I wasn't gaining weight at all. Like, I was just forever under 100 pounds. Like, I wanted to donate blood and I could never make it to 109 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And then now I'm 120 where I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? But yeah, it's because of the birth control. Ever since taking it out, now I have a regular appetite. And so that means I'm finishing the food on my plate. And now I'm gaining weight, and I'm like, whoa, birth control really affects you. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
Dude, I had I took, or have you guys ever used the ring? There's a birth
No.
control ring.
The Nuva ring?
The
I've
Nuva
heard
ring?
of it.
Yeah. That shit made me the unhorniest motherfucker ever.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't even draw a dick photo on my notepad if I wanted to. Like, I
Turned
was
you asexual?
Yeah, I was
Ruined your
asexual,
libido.
and I had a boyfriend at the time, and I'm just like, I never wanted to have sex, and it dries you up like crazy.
Wow.
And I was like, what is wrong with me? I can't even make a dirty joke, and I realized it was that.
See, I think it's the distribution of hormones because you have testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, and everybody's different, and everybody's body needs a certain balance to like be the correct flow of things.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me, not with the NuvaRing, but with that first birth control pill that I was on. Is it like I couldn't get horny. I was like dried up. I gained weight on my stomach, but also on my boobs, so it kind of balanced out.
Yeah.
But they were super sensitive. And then I felt crazy, like irritable. Like I snapped it. It was like constant PMS times 10.
Yeah.
And it's just fascinating, like how much hormones. I don't think they teach you this. Like nobody taught me that hormones play a role in you. So of course I took responsibility for me being a bitch. I was like, I guess I'm just a fucking bitch right now. And that's not fair because like hormones really, it's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as other chemical imbalances like depression and other things where it really fucks with your mental state and like your ability to make judgments, which is why I wanted to run my car into a tree. And it can affect a lot. And I was just working with my dietitian about how it also affects your digestive health and how it's hard to, like, a lot of men, or like if you work with a personal trainer, they're trying to approach your weight loss like how they do with other men, and they don't take into account how much hormones play a role in women's health.
I
and
think
weight gain
hormones
and all that
affect
stuff.
men too, because
They do.
I really feel,
Steroids.
well, yeah, not only that, but like just even if they're not taking steroids, I don't know if it's been scientifically proven, but I feel like guys have their man periods too.
Yeah.
They'll be a week out of the month where they're not themselves, and I'm
They
like,
have a cycle for
like,
sure.
Why? Like, why are you being like this? I
heard about it.
You guys have a period too, man. It's not just us.
Yeah.
I think my worst experience, I actually texted the group chat about this. You guys remember when I texted you guys fucking sobbing my eyes out? I got
Taking it out.
I got the
Oh,
arm
yeah.
implant taken out.
How do they take it out?
Bro, so the way they put it in is like this big needle. Well, they numb you out. It's this big needle. Think of it like a tampon, and you shove it in there, and then they pull the needle out.
Like
So
that size?
I mean, like the needle's big. The
Oh,
needle's pretty
shit.
big. Yeah, but they numb you out. So the bruising is fucking wild afterwards.
Wow.
Wow.
But so I decided to take it out. Right,
How long was it in?
3 years.
Okay.
Oh, God, I got so chubby. So I went to the doctor. I found this gynecologist, and I went to her, and she like takes it out. Right. So how they do it is they make a little incision on your arm. And then
taking off her jacket.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
my
can see
jacket.
this.
I can show you guys. So like they make a cut there, and they kind of just like wiggle, like they move it in there around until it pops out, right?
Oh, it's like an alien movie.
Oh.
Yeah, right. And it was supposed to be a really easy like 5-minute procedure, and so she numbed me out and she cut me open, and no lie, I can handle pain really well. Like I've had stitches in my scalp. I'm fine.
You've had
know?
huge dicks.
Yeah, I've had.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nora.
You can handle pain.
She likes the pain.
So instead of like wiggling it out, like it would not come out. So she went in there with like these, like it looks like pliers, and she
Owie.
started wiggling around in there.
Owie, owie.
And I'm trying my hardest. I was like, dude, this sucks. And finally, she dug in so deep and wiggled so deep that it like shook me. Like it hurt so bad that I screamed. And I don't, like I'm fine with pain, but it was like I screamed and it was instant tears. I was sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah.
This is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Damn.
Yeah, because she's must be like going into the muscle or
Yeah.
something like with pliers.
And from the rest
Oh.
of what you told me and the way that, or told us and the way that she was acting, I feel like she should not be a doctor.
I don't think so either.
And so that should not be the typical experience.
No. So like she was digging in there, and I swear this woman was like ripping off my arm. It was like this sharp pain and burning.
Maybe she's a
sensation,
sadist.
right?
Damn.
And then I'm
Was she
just, like,
looking you directly in the eyes while she was
I
moving
couldn't
it
look at her
around?
because I was like looking at the ceiling, just like sobbing my eyes out. And so she's like, "Oh yeah, I can't find it. You have a lot of like tissue around it, whatever. Do you want more lidocaine?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Just give me fucking more." She put in another thing of lidocaine, and I can still feel.
Ow.
It was so bad, and like it felt like she was cutting my arm off.
Ugh.
And then right when I just really couldn't take it, like I told her, I was like, "Look, maybe we should do this another day." She goes, "Oh, I got it." I'm like,
What the fuck?
yeah. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And then so I told her, I was like, I'm gonna need a second in this room because I'm like, shit,
Yeah,
crying.
that's traumatizing.
And she's like, yeah, fine, let's take your time. And she doesn't tell me any aftercare. Like usually after you go to a doctor with especially procedures like that, they tell you how to take care of it and they give you a paper. And all she said was, "Okay, don't get it wet." And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And then like I'm sitting there sobbing and she doesn't even care. She gives me
Yeah.
no papers. And then it's like I was so upset that I had to call my dad. I'm like, "Dad,
Yeah.
this is the most pain I've ever been in my life.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I've never felt pain like this before."
Horrible. I have a horror story too of taking out my birth control.
Yeah?
That IUD. It was the second one. So I already experienced what it was like taking out the first IUD, and it wasn't that bad. It just feels like a little like pinch in your uterus area. So it sounds crazy, but it's kind of like having a cramp, like a period cramp. And so, but this time, when she was trying to remove it, I guess what happened is the string that they're supposed to use to pull out the IUD, that string had coiled up, and like some of the meat or whatever, like kind of went over.
Or your flesh kind of grew around it.
Yeah, that's what
Bitch should have had meat.
My meat went over it.
I don't know why, but I don't know why, but I said this in Spanish in my head, which I don't even speak Spanish anymore. But carne, like flesh, is carne, and it's the same word as meat and
It's
whatever.
the same in Vietnamese too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why I said meat. But anyway, so then like it just kind of it fleshed over, and it was the most painful thing ever. I felt like I had to give birth to this fucking IUD, and it got so bad to the point where she was telling me that, if we're not able to take it out today, then I'm gonna have to book you for a surgery. They were
my
gonna have
God.
to surgically remove it, and I was just like, get it out of there, just get it out. I don't want to pay extra because my insurance sucks.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's another thing, man.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, you need to get it out. So then she tried. She's like, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna try it. And then she pulls it out, and it felt like my uterus was coming with her. It was so painful.
God, you see how hard it is for
Yeah.
women to just not get pregnant? I just
Yeah.
want to fuck.
Yeah.
Having a baby.
We were just
but-
trying to fuck without a condom.
Yeah.
Get filled with cum. Is
I
that
wanna-
okay?
Yeah.
Is
It's-
that okay
All
with
I
everyone?
want is a cream pie every once in a while.
Take some
but
raw dick.
I gotta, yeah, seriously, right?
Be
What are
filled
your
up.
guys' thoughts on the male birth control thing?
Yeah, so that's what I'm pissed about.
like
and
it.
okay, there's a lot of controversy here. I'm sure I'm going to get corrected tenfold in the comments, but the articles that I was reading, they did a focus group on 300 men taking this new birth control pill for men, and they decided not to release it to the public, and it needs further testing because 20% of those men experienced headaches on the pill and stopped taking it.
I remember that article. You're correct.
Yeah.
And that
You
just
got a
made me
headache?
so angry.
And
I'm
maybe
like,
this
"Fuck
article,
you guys."
maybe this article was meant to incite anger because it certainly
Yes.
achieved that goal.
Yep.
But you know, for women, we have to try all these different birth control pills because sometimes people can't be on the pills. Sometimes they have to be on other things because
It's so ridiculous that they have a million different ways for a woman to have birth control.
yeah.
Yo,
But
dude,
only a
like-
condom for the dudes?
You got
Yeah, and the dudes never want. We don't want you to wear condoms. Like the condoms aren't fun for anyone, but
No.
they are there for a purpose. It's to
They got a headache while this bitch tried to ram her car into a tree. Like, I'm pretty sure you can handle a fucking headache,
Right.
Kyle.
And then some people, you know, they get ovarian cysts from the pill. That's why it's really important to check with your doctor before getting on any sort of birth control.
I heard someone say like it's better to unload the gun, aka the dick, than shoot at a bulletproof vest. You know,
Yeah.
like, and I like that more. You know, because I like this shit sucks for us. You can handle a headache if you want a nut in me, okay?
Yeah.
If you want a nut in me, take a headache. Every
Take a
once in
headache.
while. Yeah.
Holy
Oh yeah,
shit.
the other method is a vasectomy, and it's reversible.
Yeah.
Oh god, do you know how many people I've met that do not understand how vasectomies work? Dudes, grown ass dudes think a vasectomy means he can never come again.
That's very.
I'm like, are you
Ready.
like you're 25 years old? Like, because I was like, you're 25 years old, and this is how you think a vasectomy fucking works. For those of you who don't know, a vasectomy means you're still coming. You're still shooting shit out, but they're just not swimmers. They don't get you pregnant. You can still come.
Yeah.
but just so many people do not get that.
There's no little spermies in there.
Yeah, it blows my
Only
mind.
Semen. The
That's
semen
funny.
is the fluid. That's what you want to see
The
anyway.
male ego
You can't
is
even
just
see the
so
sperms.
fickle. It's just so fragile.
Right?
Fragile.
Right.
And speaking of that, let's talk about style.
That segue is just like,
I want to talk about style because you know
because sometimes you
wanna
get
dress for
semen.
that occasion.
Sometimes you get semen on your shirt and you need a new shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
and you're like, oh no, I don't know the style of shirt I want. So Stitch Fix is our sponsor today, and it's an online personal styling service, but for not the cost of like your own personal stylist, which is really cool. So I've had this for quite a number of years now. It's really neat how they have you take a survey at first, and they kind of show you pictures, and you click the one that you're most drawn to, and they find your style based off of the answers that you chose. And so at the end of the survey, they're like, okay, we think we got you. We think we got your style nailed down. They hook you up with your personal stylist who you can exchange messages with. She'll ask you, or he will ask you, hey, do you want me to pick stuff out for you? Or do you have like a special event coming up? What's the deal? You need some specific items in your wardrobe, and then you answer those questions. Sometimes you just want a surprise, and then you just get a box that shows up at your door, and it's all the stuff you love. You get to try on those clothes. You get to see if they fit you right. You get to like do a little twirly in your bathroom mirror, or like your full length mirror. Get to look at different lighting, take some pictures, different angles, and then you keep what you love, and then you send the rest back. And basically there's a styling fee that's $20. It just gets deducted from whatever you purchased.
Nice.
So
Pretty cool. I need that because I struggle with like color, and I've only been wearing all black. So I tried this so that I can add more, incorporate more color.
Did
Yeah.
you guys know
Yeah.
that 70% of women don't know how to dress themselves?
Why was that so serious?
because she's making it up.
But we think it's true. Try
we do
Stitch
think
Fix today.
I like the different textures. I haven't.
I gotta
experimented
learn
with
that
textures.
too.
Yeah, shit like that. You really got to check it out. So there's no subscription required. You can pick between automatic shipments, or you get new pieces on demand. And shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. So get started today at stitchfix.com/BTCH and get an extra 25% off when you keep everything in your box. That's stitchfix.com/BTCH. Stitchfix.com/BTCH.
Don't be that 70%.
Don't.
The 30. Speaking of 30, it's very rare for sperm to get all the way.
Oh, Gina.
Oh yeah, you are 30.
Oh my God. You look different. I'm just kidding.
You old bitch. Just kidding.
Gina, did you ever watch
Dude.
Sex and the City?
I feel like
No. I couldn't wait to get to 30 because they looked like they were having so much fun. I'm like, they get to just drink cosmopolitans and like go shopping, have cool style, and they have like a group of girlfriends they can bitch with. And guess what? that happened. We got
us.
We got a group of girlfriends.
Dude,
Cosmopolitans.
I think 30 is, I'm so ready. Like, think of it this way. Everyone's like, okay, the good ages are like 16, 17, and then like 20 through like 23, and then like 24 to 29 is just a void. We like,
Yeah.
Oh, I had so much fun during that time.
What?
Dude, that shit's dope.
Dude, it was such a void for me. It was like, what am I doing with my life? I was like broke,
Really?
like all the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
like there's, for me, like your late 20s is like sorting out everything that you just learned over the last 25 years and trying to solidify it. You know?
We should do an episode on that, surviving your 20s and
Oh yeah,
and all that.
surviving
True.
your 20s.
See, the thing for me was I like everyone else in the almost everyone else in the group was in their 30s. I was like, yeah, fuck those old bitches.
And
now you're one of us. Now you're one of
And
us.
me and Tiffany, we're gonna stay in our 20s forever. And then the moment I turn 30, I'm like, oh, I'm
Gina,
Gio now.
You left me behind, Gina.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry.
And Bo's are young bucks over here. That's your competition. That was you. Yeah, that was you over there.
Now I look at young bitches. I look at young bitches like, look how skinny and
Tiff and I are on a yacht.
And Gina, I think that is for you subconsciously and biologically because you're most fertile in your 20s.
God damn, these segues are so good.
I know, Nikki, you're killing
Well,
it.
thank you. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about how much your hormones change you from your 20s to your 30s. Did you notice any significant changes, like in your
Dude,
body?
I gained 20 pounds.
You think that was
Me too. I gained
same.
20 fucking pounds. And okay, part of me is like, maybe it was the birth control. I was like under 100 basically my whole life, like 95 to 100 tops. And I would always be like, ooh, if I was 105, I felt like I would be sexier. Like I would have sexier. I felt like I would be a little sexier. And like I might be like a little thicker in the hips.
I felt that the reverse way. I'm like, if I get down to 105, I might be sexier.
She actually said sicker in the hips, but you can't tell because she has her. She has her-
But yeah, I thought that I wanted to gain that weight. And then one day I literally just, I don't own a scale because I've always been like super skinny. But like one day I got on the scale at David So's house. And like, I was like, let me check. And I was like, I'm 120 pounds. And I didn't see it.
That was a break for the scale in that house.
Dude.
Wait, did your clothes size?
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, what? Ooh.
He's gonna find me and kill me.
And I realized like I can't really wear crop tops as much.
No, I was about to ask you, did you
yeah.
notice a change in your clothing?
Dude.
wardrobe?
Yeah.
I realized what clothes I should have been wearing, where like I was still wearing Hollister like I'm 21. Like, and I was like, wait, I look fucking stupid. Like I need to dress my age too.
Recently just I'm struggling with that because yeah, I noticed my entire life I was always a size 0 pants.
Yeah.
And then now I'm a size 6. And I'm like, wait. When did this how did this happen? Like
Dude.
where did what?
And I really don't know if it was birth control or just getting older. Like I can't because I took it.
There's
So
so-
I
It coincided.
I can't say, but I was gonna like touch on this before, like when you guys were talking about the doctors and stuff. I think like one thing that's really important to mention is like, and I don't know if you guys did this too. I went to my doctor's office and I was like, hey, I need birth control. What do you recommend? Do not fucking do that. Do a little research, talk to friends, do what you can, because I had a doctor recommend something to me, and then I'm like, okay, great. I sit down for my exam and put my feet in the little holder things, and I see the logo for the brand she recommended to me, which means the doctor is sponsored by that brand. So when you fill up that prescription, they get money. They may not tailor the prescription to what you
That's
need.
exactly what happened with me with that period
Yeah.
with the 2 periods a month thing.
Exactly. Like they will tailor it to what's going to benefit them initially. And it's not out of malice. It's all business. And it's, you say recommend it, they're going to recommend that one. And it could be the right one. It could not be. But it's really important to try other birth controls. After a year of being on this one, I started getting migraines. I was having like, after taking it, I would get very confused. I couldn't like speak very well. And like after a few weeks of this happening, my boyfriend was like, what the fuck? And then come to find out I was having like vascular issues from it. I could have had a blood clot. I could have like, I'm really not sure, but my doctor did take me off it and then said I cannot take any hormone-based birth control. I could take like a copper IUD, but I couldn't take anything with hormones. And like, I didn't know this shit.
Yeah,
I didn't, and I was getting confused and slowed down like each night, but I didn't really realize it until my boyfriend came over, and I took my birth control at 9 o'clock at night, and this was happening around 9:30 or 10, and I would just be like, all right, bitch, go to bed, and he was like, hold the fuck up, like what is going on here? So like you really, for some reason, you think that birth control is not this like dangerous or super effective pill. Watch your weight, watch your like mental state, like if you're noticing side
track
effects,
differences.
Like switch it up, like you have to, you know.
Yeah, I've actually been off birth control. I wanted to talk about this because I got off birth control because I wanted to prep my body to have a baby after getting married. I was like, okay, well, we'll probably have babies in the next couple of years. I didn't want to get off birth control because I liked all of the effects, and when I got off it, I was like really shocked to find that my face even changed shape. Yeah, like this like fat down here was never there when I was on it.
Me too.
Isn't that
Me
so
too.
weird?
My face is getting rounder, and I'm like,
that what's
wait,
happening?
Yeah. And same thing where I didn't own a scale, and I got weighed at the gynecologist's office because, you know, they weigh you at the doctor's office, and I thought their scale was motherfucking broke. I was like, that's not my weight, because I still thought like I wore the same size pants still.
Same.
And, like, it was just weird. And yeah, I hit 150, which is the highest I've ever been. But for me, it was a little different story because in high school, I gained weight after puberty. I got to be like really chubby, was like pretty big for my frame for a while, and that was the most I'd ever been. Then got on birth control, lost all that weight. So all of my 20s was like 120-ish and 120, 125. And then the most I'd ever gotten to with age was like 130, 135. And then to see 150 on the scale was like, wait,
the
what?
number is alarming.
Yeah.
It's really alarming.
And yeah, I don't measure my self-worth by that number, but it was definitely something that made me more aware and like, whoa, and took a second look in the mirror, took a look at pictures, went back in my timeline of pictures on my phone, and I'm like, wait, I did change a lot since I got off birth control.
And you don't even realize
That's
it.
exactly how
And nobody's going to tell you, like, nobody's going to look at you and be like, oh, yeah, Bose, you look like you gained 13 pounds. Like, nobody's going to fucking tell you that.
And stress does a lot to that too, adds a lot to that too. So not only hormones, but also stress. But have you guys ever tried, I know we were talking about this a little bit, but the temperature thing, because that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years.
What's that?
And it really works if you want to take some raw dick, but you don't want to be on any sort of birth control.
Is this an ad?
So
no.
it's like the exact same thing that you do when you're trying to get pregnant, but Nikki uses it to not get pregnant. So when she was telling me, like,
Tiff got so confused.
I was like, wait, you've done this for 23 cycles and you still haven't gotten pregnant? She's like, no, I'm doing it to not get pregnant. I'm like, oh.
What?
Yeah.
Temperature thing.
So I wanted to regulate my body first before we would try to get pregnant. So you take your temperature first thing when you wake up, before you get out of bed, before you move around at all, you're like still lying in bed, you get it, you take your temperature under your tongue, it gives you a read, you put it into your app. Like, so there's a few different companies that do it. I use Natural Cycles, but that's not sponsored. But there's a lot of different companies that do this. You put it into your app and it can tell by the way your temperature fluctuates where you are in your ovulation cycle. And then you even take LH tests is what they're called, where it can tell if you're going to ovulate within the next 48 hours. And it kind of predicts what days you should take those tests on so it can get a more accurate read. And then it gets down to the day where it can predict your cycle and whether or not you're regular. And if you're irregular, you should check that out and stuff, or like see why, or talk to your doctor about it. But I got regular right away, and my cycle is 28 days almost to the T every single time. And it's good to know. So like it'll give you red days or green days depending on if you're trying to get pregnant or not.
Like fuck or don't fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like wear a condom or don't wear a condom.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
And
I just
you-
take dick and pray that I don't get pregnant.
Take dick and pray.
Yeah, take dick and pray.
Wait, what have you been doing now that you took out your arm?
Condoms.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ew.
It's just fucking whack. Like,
Whack.
I'm not
Wait,
about it.
So
I know.
we used condoms for the first time in our entire relationship within the past 2 years since I've been on this.
Yeah.
And I hated it at first, but now I kind of like pretend that I'm just fucking a stranger. And it's kind of hot.
yeah, Nikki.
I would only use a condom with like strangers before, like not strangers, but like guys that I wasn't serious about dating, that I was just like a hookup. And so now it's like, ooh, I'm gonna hook up with this.
It was so funny. I got off my birth control and then we used condoms for the first time, and like when we pulled it out, we just looked at each other like, and I'm just like, what are you, fucking new? Like, this is weird. I feel like I'm a teenager. Yeah. Weird. Yeah. Strange as shit. And then I remember doing my my usual thing when I was younger and I used condoms. After he comes, I would take the condom, fill it up with water, and make sure there's no leaks. I'm like, all right, we're good. Like, I do that. I used to do that all.
Oh my god, I wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I would do that just for fun. Like, not because I cared, just because it actually sounds like it would
For funsies?
Yeah, like filling that up and being like, all right, let's see. Like,
Those are scary as fuck.
ow!
That voice is scary.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Bose turns into a pirate.
You're thinking about condoms.
Gina's like, that's 100%.
Speaking of segues, Gina, we wanted to touch a little bit on vaginal health because I was saying beforehand, I don't even know. No? I thought I had read about, you shouldn't douche, you should just use water and shower.
So personal experience, right? Growing up in a very strict Vietnamese conservative household, we were never taught about vaginal health, and whatever was taught in school, elementary and middle school, was very minimal.
Yeah.
So like it was always like a taboo subject. So I never knew how to take care of myself down there, right? Like for instance, at one point, my stepmom, instead of making me douche, she would get like this big bucket of water, pour in the douche vinegary mixture, and just make me sit on it.
What?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Now I was like 10.
What?
She's like, oh yeah, we have to, like, Vietnamese women, like, we have to keep ourselves clean down there, and that's what she would do. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, I didn't know anything, and now that I think about it, I'm just like, I want to call her and be like, you're fucking dumb. But like, so it just, none of it made sense. I didn't know anything about it. And actually, for the longest time, I had vaginal bacteria, whatever, like, it's like a bacterial infection, which you can get literally by anything. If you wear the wrong type of fabric, if you don't drink enough water, if you eat a weird,
probably maybe you should drink some water.
Or like an IUD. You can get BV from an IUD.
Yeah. Or like
bacteria.
Yeah. Or like if you like on your period you get it, or if you take antibiotics, you'll just have an infection. Like vaginas are so fickle. It's like their own ecosystem that is just like anything can fuck it up, right? So for the longest time I had that, and I thought that was normal. Like like every few weeks.
What are the symptoms of it?
So every few weeks, like my vagina smells really strange. Like, all right, I thought this was like normal. Like, I've heard about vaginas like having
maybe it's on a cycle or something.
And then, like, I never went to the doctor for it because I was like, oh, okay, this is normal. It didn't itch or anything, so it wasn't anything alarming. And my discharge was, like, thick, like, super thick, and it was heavy.
So it was like a yeast infection almost?
Almost, yeah. And it was, like, heavy. Like, I'm talking, like, heavy. I would soak panties, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I thought this was normal because I was never taught any of this, right?
Who teaches you that? No one ever says anything.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that discharge was normal. I thought something was wrong with me.
Yeah, see, like, and then so I went to Planned Parenthood once for like birth control, and they're like, oh, when's the last time you had a pap smear? And this is like early 20s. I'm like, oh, I never had one actually. And they checked me out. They were like, yo, you have like a bacteria, like BV. I was like, oh shit. And they put me on meds, and literally the week after I was like, everything's
gone.
It's gone. My smell's gone. There's no crazy discharge. And that's a shitty thing about like growing up with a family that doesn't teach you these things because you don't know.
I think most families don't though.
Yeah.
Most families are uncomfortable talking about that.
Right? Or they don't know because no one taught them. And that's what I think is so odd. It's like something that, like, this is your body. You should know about it. You should know how to take care of it. You should know all about that. And why don't they teach you it? I actually had this thing when I was a kid where my vagina would hurt all the time. Like it hurt. It was really painful. Like to
like the outside,
like after I peed it would hurt, and like kind of like on the inside, almost like a UTI. Yeah, and I am actually more prone to getting UTIs. I don't know if it's genetic or whatever, but some people are more prone to get it. And so when I was younger, the doctor had put me on acidophilus because they couldn't figure it out. It wasn't a yeast infection. It wasn't a UTI. And so he put me on acidophilus, which is actually like a probiotic. It's like strains of good bacteria that, because it's all like bacterial health down there, right? And that was the thing that like cleared it up. And also I wasn't allowed to take any baths with perfumes in the soap because they thought that might also be irritating it. But my parents were going crazy trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me, because I would just be crying in pain because...
Did they ever figure it out, or did that help?
I think that was what it was. It was just like a bacterial imbalance.
Dude, like literally anything. That's why when I was like younger and I can tell which dudes are fucking stupid because they'll talk about girls like, yeah, her pussy smells. I'm like, bitch, she probably just took a bath and it fucked up her vagina, you know?
Yeah.
And people just think like, oh, I mean, like
you're
younger guys-
dirty if
Yeah,
you-
like, oh, she's so dirty. Her vagina smells like blah blah blah. She probably fucked a bunch of dudes, or maybe she wore silk panties that day. You idiot, you know? So it's like it's so like people don't understand. Vaginas are so sensitive. It sucks. Like
sex with a new partner, you get a UTI. Also, I learned that after sex, you should pee, and then also take like some toilet paper or like a warm rag, like warm water on a rag, and like basically like wipe that area just so that there's nothing that gets caught up and gives you a UTI.
The least you could do, look, pee after sex. That's the number one rule.
Yeah.
Go pee.
And masturbation. You should pee after masturbation too, because you don't know what's on your hands.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. And, another thing, if you have like, this is like, I feel like there's so many really common things. Okay, UTI, pee after sex, BV, go get just an antibiotic. It clears up after like a week. There's nothing wrong with
the
you.
scary thing about antibiotics too is antibiotics kill like
All of it.
all of it,
Yeah.
even the good.
the
So
bad,
you
the
can
ugly.
get a yeast infection from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So what's helping you can also cause even more issues. And the thing is, antibiotics make birth control work a little bit less.
Yeah.
So like all
And it
this
fucks
shit,
up your gut health.
Yeah.
So I recently got SIBO, which is an intestinal bacterial overgrowth from taking antibiotics from a UTI.
Yeah.
Oh my
See?
God.
Yeah.
See how hard it is?
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And no one tells you this shit.
Exactly. I tell people all the time, having a vagina it's like having a little baby that you gotta fucking take care of all the time. This motherfucker is like trying to get sick as much as possible.
Or Cardi B's best friend.
Yeah, right?
Like, that's my best friend.
Yeah, right? So
But yeah, if you have like BV or something, if you go to the doctor, exactly like Gina said, ask them for I think it's called like fluconazole or something. Every doctor
You
knows
just
what it
made
is.
that up.
It's a single pill. For like,
Fluconazole.
yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's like a single pill for yeast infections. Ask them after this, bacterial thing, I need this pill too to follow up. They will 100% give it to you, and you just have to like ask for it. If you have a yeast infection, don't have sex with a guy. He can get it too.
Yeah.
And he will have no symptoms, but what ends up happening is you give him that yeast infection, he has no symptoms, you get rid of yours, then you have sex again, and he gives it back to you.
I did not know guys
It's
could
the
get
gift
it.
that just
Yeah.
keeps giving.
Also, the shitty thing is when it comes to a yeast infection, sometimes it makes the skin on your vagina and everything around it super thin. So literally, has this ever happened?
Really?
So literally, when you're wiping, it rips a little bit, and that shit
Ow.
fucking hurts, and then leaves like little tears all over your vagina.
What?
Your
Not know that
outside,
one.
your
That shit
labia
happened to me, and I
stuff.
didn't even know it was a yeast infection. But I did take Monistat, and
Yes.
that was like it's like a cream. It's not a pill. This shit is so complicated.
Yeah.
I
So
did
God,
not
be
know
nice to
that.
us, you guys. Vaginas
nice.
suck, man. Like everything can go wrong. And then so yeah, like if you have an infection, it makes the skin so thin. Like it would rip while I'm wiping. It'll rip if I'm like spread my legs a bit, like when I'm walking or something. That shit fucking sucks. So please be nice to us.
Oh, and
we're going through shit.
when you're talking about silk panties, I didn't know that like not having 100% cotton underwear can contribute to a UTI or yeast
Yep.
infection, all that stuff.
Bath bombs.
Bath bombs. That's
Yeah.
why I stopped using them because
Bath
I used to
bombs can
love
give you
those
UTI.
things.
This is the perfume water that I was not
Yeah,
allowed
and
to
then
have
that
it.
like
Yeah.
feminine soap thing. Is that
That works
douche?
for me. I like it. I
no,
just
not
use
the
it.
douche,
Oh.
like
The soap, just to
Saint-
wash with?
St. Ives or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh
from
no,
what I
that's
hear,
the face wash.
or I don't know. One of those.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard is that you should not use that at all. Because then, like what you're saying, Gina, how it fucks up your flora.
Yeah.
Summer's Eve is
That's
what it is.
That's what I heard about douching too. Like, so
You're not supposed to douche
Yeah,
at
you're not-
all.
right?
You're not
Okay,
supposed to
that's
put
what I
anything
thought.
up there that
Do guys have to do any like intricate thing? Like, do they have to dip their balls in like a solution or
no,
anything?
but they do
Or,
have
like,
to clean under their foreskin.
Yeah.
Is that like a
That's
daily
the only
thing,
thing.
or
Yeah, I
is that
think
like
so.
a?
I mean,
To smegma.
should.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
is a thing.
You should wash your dick.
Yeah, please wash your dick.
please
dude.
wash
Wash your
your
dick.
penis.
We can smell
My
it.
favorite,
if you
my
don't.
favorite is
Don't
when
have a smelly dick.
my favorite is when I suck his dick after he puts on like clean underwear and it just tastes like a little bit like
Candy.
laundry detergent. I'm like, man, that tastes real clean. That's really nice. I enjoy that a lot.
Steve uses some like manly soap that I'm like, ooh, this
There's a man soap, so there is a dick soap.
Dude, I'm just saying. No, Gina, you're so right. Like a freshly washed penis is like
Amazing.
It's like incredible.
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
incredible.
if it's not freshly washed, I don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
put in my mouth on it.
I'll take like an 8 or 9 hour work day, but like,
Salty.
you know,
Yeah, it is a little salty.
yeah. Well, it's not like we got to pick and choose in high school. He just kind of pulled it out. You didn't know what his schedule was. You know,
It's a serious relationship now.
What?
I think I got too used to it. I got spoiled now. Like,
Yeah.
I need that clean dick.
well, a lot of guys wash their dick in the sink too.
That's fine.
Yeah, which is like considerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
super nice.
Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know this, ladies, when you're wiping, please wipe from front to back.
Oh yeah, I
Wait,
I
who did not know
when I-
that?
No, I'm just saying.
I didn't know when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and that was like when my vagina hurt a lot. That was one of the things the doctor
Oh.
taught because no one taught me how to wipe either.
Yeah, for sure. If you
know?
don't, if no one teaches
I was
you, you're
just
not
like,
gonna
okay,
know.
you're reaching this way.
My mom did tell me like always front to back.
Dude, when I was like a kid, I was like, whoa, and my mom was like, hey, what the fuck? Like, and I still actually remember her yelling at me about that. And like, I
About
just
wiping
never-
from back to front.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think anything of it. Like as a kid, you're just like, woo!
Yeah, much. Yeah, no, and I've met like adults. Like when I say that, they don't admit that they don't know, but they just look shocked, like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, you know? Yeah. So please wipe from front to back. Otherwise,
Always.
you're tracking shit stains into your clitoris and your vagina.
You know, that's the
super
reason
gross.
why I was really happy that I had a boy, because it was so easy to clean his diaper. I just go from back. I mean, his balls are. It's fine. But if I ever have,
Why you gotta make me think about Isaac's balls out, dude? Baby balls. God damn
baby
it.
balls? But if I have a girl, like when I think about Aunt Christina dealing with Leia, I'm like, isn't it a pain in the butt? Like wiping,
pain in the vagina.
because like you have to lay the baby down and you're lifting up the butt, and like it's harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna be such a bad mom if I have a girl. I'll be like, oh shit, she'll learn.
I'm just thinking, I'll just take
I feel like that was what happened to me.
I'll just take a hose to the bitch.
makeup
That's
or-
all.
Oh my god,
Hose them down.
blasting her baby. Wait, you know what though? I have a question.
Yeah.
When are you guys planning on having?
Are you talking to me?
Everyone.
Oh shit.
Everyone. Can we go down the line? Can
Yeah.
we go? Who's gonna
Now
get
that you're
pregnant
30,
together?
when the baby's coming.
Maybe like, God, honestly,
How
okay.
fucking cute would we be though?
Yeah, my baby would be so fucking cute.
No, I mean like when we're pregnant together.
Oh god, are we
Damn,
doing pregnancy
both.
back? Oh shit.
She got it.
I am actually fucking terrified of childbirth. Like I was telling people before, I follow those medical Instagrams where it's like I can see people getting sawed in half.
But why would you follow that?
Why?
I totally dig stuff like that, like
Oh.
like surgeries and all, like totally fine. But there are times when I accidentally scroll and I'll see like a baby crowning and I throw my fucking phone.
Oh.
Childbirth scares the fuck
What
out
about
of
a
me.
C-section? Because that's what
Even
I had,
that.
and it wasn't even that bad.
Even that, I don't
I mean,
want to scar
obviously
it.
it's just pretty crazy, but
I don't want to
organs and
scar because I'm
intestines
shallow.
out and
Yeah,
stuff,
they
and then-
fucking put it to the side.
no. They take your not your.
Don't they?
Not your
I've seen it.
Put
where,
it in
like,
a
your
bowl.
intestines.
Yeah.
Move
That's
to
what
the
you're not allowed to
side.
see. There's a sheet.
Nah, girl, if they don't take out your
Fuck open.
intestines, that's above your uterus. You
don't
only
know.
take out your uterus.
Okay, Tiff, do they take out any body part?
I think they take out the uterus. No,
I've
or just
read-
the baby. I don't even know.
I've read in some cases where they literally have to remove some shit, put it to the side, and stuff it
That's
back
what
in.
I was reading
Yeah,
too.
not
Woman
about
that has child tries
So-
to figure out how she had child.
Yeah,
You know
right?
what?
They don't let you see. Bros, they don't let you see.
I mean, did you ask afterwards?
I didn't
They
ask.
don't let you see.
No,
and,
but
you're paralyzed from the waist down.
Really?
yeah, all you feel is pressure.
Dude,
Like,
I'm
you
so
literally just
excited.
feel, like
Fuck
your body
that.
moving around, and like because there's pressure going inside of your body. Like sometimes they'll like move your lungs a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
took
like,
your intestines and all your organs out.
Bro,
They
like
put them in backwards.
They do not. Nick, they don't.
part of the reason why I'm so damn terrified of it is because I'll sit around and listen to my aunts and my mom talking about childbirth. Do yourself a favor now and look up on Google 3rd-degree vaginal tear. That's when your vagina tears all the way to your butthole. It makes one big ass hole.
They call it. They call it.
That
Yeah,
shit.
you get an anal fissure. I knew a girlfriend. when
I
she
call
had-
I don't want anal
Efficiency.
anything.
When
I
she
don't
had-
want anal
Make the hole bigger. Yeah.
when she had her baby. I think we could go do like a whole thing about childbirth and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was not having a fun time recovering from that. That
No.
poor girl.
And then you have to wear like a diaper for like weeks afterwards because you're bleeding. My goal, okay, so I want to have kids. I do, like before I'm 35, but my goal is to make enough money to have surrogates.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like I'm not about the whole like just
You
go
don't
through
want
the
to like miss
process.
out.
Nah.
You want to miss out on like the experience.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I'm
dude.
gonna carry that
Yeah,
thing.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
carry that. I
I'm good.
can't
I just
wait.
feel like even though I don't like how it's gonna mess up my body, like I feel like I've been really training to get my body back in shape, and then now it's gonna get all babied out again. I feel like I want that experience because you're put on this earth to be a human and like have a human experience, and I just kind of want to experience all of it. And so yeah, that whole creating a child inside of your body, I think that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what that
them inside
is.
of your body.
I would have a test tube baby if I fucking could. Like, I'm not about, because it's like every time I ask someone how their pregnancy is going, there's like, everything fucking hurts and I can't eat anything. And like, that's
what it's like on a diet and an exercise program.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't do it. Hello? I'm a little bitch. I'm not gonna do this.
So you're saying before 35. What about you, Nikki?
Probably like by the end of this year is we're gonna start trying. Trying.
Sticky baby,
but don't put that pressure on me. Don't keep asking me because like, what if it takes a long
No, dude, just take
like
that dick.
failure. So like, you just let me be and like, let me take my time. Okay.
We're gonna do as many episodes as possible when Nikki's in her 3rd trimester. And I'll be here. I want to see you get really emotional.
And I'll be here like, I fucking told you, surrogate bitch. I told you.
At least one on my own, and then maybe the second a surrogate, and then I'll have a favorite based on like which one came out of my body.
Yes. Oh my god.
Tiff, what about you?
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're pretty much on the same thing where we are trying. We're trying, but
we were all trying to get pregnant at the same time.
We're not going like hella aggressive. Like I think there are other things we could be doing to make this happen more aggressively, but we're not trying to do that. We're just being like going with the flow, and if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, cool. But the part that, I mean, it's really sweet because everyone's really invested. Like, you know, people that follow us are like, oh my gosh, she's glowing. Is she pregnant? Like, oh, she looks fatter. Is she pregnant? And I'm like, guys.
Yeah, no, it gets really mean where you're like, I'm not even trying right now. Like, not pregnant.
Yeah, well, I mean, we technically are. But like, because I'm not, I end up getting self-conscious because I'm like, listen, I know I gained weight because of the birth control. I took it out and I'm not pregnant yet. Just stop.
I feel you. What about
I'll tell you guys. I'll let you know when I'm pregnant.
We will tell you.
Dude.
We're just trying to fuck right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of baby fever.
Oh.
I feel like I can say this because my boyfriend doesn't watch the show. He's not an internet person. He doesn't do internet shit. Like, it's not like he doesn't care. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's how I know I'm like grossly in love because I'm like, I would let you impregnate me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I actually, like, I think like a week or so ago, I didn't tell anyone this. Now I'm going to tell the whole podcast. I like got home like a little drunk one night and I still had a glass of wine and I saw videos of people like with newborns and I was like, oh yeah.
That's why you're going to talk to your baby too?
I'm like,
That's the other thing.
hungry.
Mama loves you.
Yeah, Mama loves you. But no, I like there's something that, and the thing is though, I don't currently want to have children. I really want to get I want to buy a condo, and B, I want to get my career together. I want to be in a really good spot with my career. I do not plan on having children until after 32, and I'm 27 now, and I'm really firm.
5 years. Wow.
I'm really firm on that.
Okay.
Young bitch.
I need you know, I
bet her titties are still perky.
But yeah, like I'm not planning on it anytime soon, but I'm honestly super excited and super ready. Like, to me though, I think that there is such a beautiful moment. Like if you're like in a hospital room and like you just have it, your husband or whatever's in the room, and you like look, it comes out and you're like, holy shit, we did this thing.
We made
and
a
it
person.
looks like me, it looks like you, it looks like us, and it's gonna be like us, and we get to raise it, and it's gonna be ours.
See,
That's how I feel.
Here's the thing. I like
so sweet.
There's still so many things I want to do. First of all, I want to get married, and then I want to travel the world more, buy a house, make a shit ton of money, and then I'll have a baby.
You seen that movie Idiocracy? Mm-mm. All the people that want to do that end up having kids later, or they can't have them anymore, and that's why the world gets dumb.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I want to like preserve my eggs. Like,
you want to freeze them?
Yeah, I want to freeze my eggs.
Ooh.
Wow.
And then also
That's really
like,
invasive too, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You have to take a lot of shots and hormones and stuff.
Oh,
They,
I've heard of that.
rake
Yeah,
your
my sister-
ovaries.
Yeah, my
They
sister.
rake them.
My best friend did that. And as for what Bose is saying in the hospital room, that does not sound fun to me. Like in my mind, like I know the doctor's gonna ask, if I were to go through with this whole vaginal birth thing, the doctor's gonna ask my man, would you like to see the baby coming out, and I will grab him and I'll be like, don't you fucking dare look at my vagina right now. I want to preserve the image of my beautiful pussy in your mind forever, and I don't want you seeing this fucking crotch goblin coming out.
Not me. Watch me shit on this hospital bed. I will shit on this hospital bed and pop out our child.
No.
I need crotch goblin on a shirt. That's fucking funny. Like a baby onesie.
Like Gio, like Bart looked, and I'm just like Gio said that Bart looked. Fuck that, dude. I want my pink pussy in your mind forever. None of this bloody shit coming out. Yeah, my shit's pink.
Oh shit.
But Gina, isn't it more beautiful when he knows what it looks like at its absolute worst and still loves you?
No, I'm not taking that risk. No,
That is a
no. Yeah, no. I want my vagina to be beautiful in his mind forever.
Yeah, dude, I've heard about stories of men like not seeing their wives sexually anymore because
That was Elvis.
Really?
I heard that was
really?
Elvis.
That breaks my heart, man.
After she had a baby?
Yeah, because now they saw the child come out, and now it's like, oh, you're the mother of my child. You're no longer like a sex creature. And I'm like, no, I still gotta be a sex creature. But
I am a sex creature.
Steve and I made a pact that I will always be a sex creature.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about this child. We have fights with our fake child, like our unborn child. We're like, yeah, that motherfucker wants to come break us up. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh my God.
Fuck
Nikki
that
is
kid.
gonna be so cute pregnant.
Yeah.
I already said it.
I imagine you coming home and Steve's just like standing over your baby, just like, fuck you, kid.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit.
Steve is honestly the best husband. I'm sorry, everyone else.
You guys are so
but
cute. Yeah.
he like can't wait to pamper me, and it's so cute. Like anytime I'm like, I'm thirsty, he'll just get up immediately and go.
Dude, he
run, like,
does that to everyone.
Yeah.
'Cause
Really
the last time we were having lunch at JK News, and then I was asking like, hey, does anyone know where there's a knife? No one heard me, and he was across the room, and he was like, hey Tiff, what's up? What do you need? And I'm like, oh, I'm just looking for a knife. He got up and looked around for a knife for me, and I'm like, oh my
so
God, you're so
thoughtful.
attentive.
Yeah, he's so considerate.
Even with his friends.
Yeah.
I remember we were in the other room over there where the fridge is, and then like I was grabbing a drink and he was grabbing one too, and then he was about to walk out the door. He goes, wait, Nikki might really like this. And then he would go back and grab it, and then I just looked at him and was like, oh my God,
He is so thoughtful.
Cute. He is really considerate and thoughtful. It's really
He makes me feel like shit. I'm like, I don't think about you that much.
When we were
I mean, I think of him like, if like, oh, there's free monsters. Okay, I'll get somewhere. But like,
You got him that tequila.
that's true. Like, I'll like specific things that I know he really likes. I'll remember, but not things like, oh, he might like this. You know,
Or like we went to a beauty event, and then he's always like, do you guys want to get a drink? I'll go get it for you. Like,
Yeah, he
like
is.
as much of a dipshit as he is on camera, he's actually
He's a
really
troll.
he's like a sweetheart. He's very considerate. I love that.
So imagine me pregnant.
yeah,
He's gonna run around like crazy.
Yeah.
Or
he's
imagine,
really
imagine that kid. Like how much love that kid's gonna get.
yeah, dude, I can imagine Steve's gonna cry. When
He
you
is.
get-
Oh,
he's
for
definitely gonna
sure.
cry.
Okay, I was just thinking about it.
Question. Is it... And I think that this is something that comes with age, because at 20 I would have said absolutely not, don't care. But now I'm like, yes. Is it attractive for you guys when a guy is good with kids?
Oh, yeah,
hell yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, if I
Definitely.
see a dude carrying a baby, throwing that bitch in the air and laughing, I'm already, my legs are spread at the park. I don't care.
Like, I'm pregnant.
yeah, I'm pregnant. I don't give a fuck. We're at a family park. I'm pregnant now.
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's hot.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like when I saw my boyfriend like playing with like his cousins or whatever, like they were just like playing with little toys, doing shit, and I was like, yeah, that's right. I'll fucking you later.
Well, guys, when that time comes, you got to get off your birth control. You got to start tracking your ovulation cycles with a thermometer.
No. I'm gonna pay someone.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna pay someone.
But thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you maybe can teach us something in the comments. Like,
Tell us about your vagina.
Yo,
tell
be
us about
nice.
your vagina.
Be
Give us
nice.
some vagina stories.
Be nice to girls. This shit sucks, man. All this shit right here, birth control and vaginas. Be nice to us.
It's a lot of maintenance.
I know.
We're going through shit.
Guys are like,
through a
why
lot.
does a guy have to pay for dinner? We're like, we are maintaining vaginas right now.
Yeah, you don't know
We
how
are
much work that
busy,
is.
okay?
I'm doing Kegels while we eat.
And I will still split the bill with you because you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your headache because this bitch is ramming the trees.
Yeah. And then don't forget to check out our sponsors, Care of Vitamin. Thank you so much for that. You get 25% off your first Care of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter BTCH.
And then Stitch Fix. If
Let
you go,
Bo say that one. With her.
oh yeah, no, both.
Go ahead.
And we also want to give a special thanks to Thick Fit for Stitch Stitch Fix for sponsoring this episode. If you want 25% off of your entire order, use the code BTCH and stitchfix.com/BTCH.
Shit, holy crap. I'm dumb.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.